How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Globe, and we're gonna start working on the version 2 changes for League Temple. Now, I talked with RINN, and here are some of the things that we have in mind, and also we covered it in the last video. So, first, what's teed up here, what I think would be cool, and one of the harder things to accomplish right now is going to be a waterfall. I want a waterfall here, maybe a waterfall there and there. Front and back makes sense to me. So as soon as you enter, you see kind of waterfall coming down the walls out of a little grate and a little accent light above to highlight it. And then it's going to fall into kind of a well or some kind of grate system here. I think that's going to be one of the easiest parts. I'm not too concerned about that. And then we're also going to talk about water canals for the side rooms. I think that's going to be a different day. What we want to do is you enter the main arena and you say, wow, I want to stay here forever. And a lot of people feel that way already. So if we can make that pop, like even more so, that would be amazing. That would be a great thing. And we're also going to add signs here so you know which areas enter. So the yellow triangle and the blue triangle, just because people are used to seeing that now. And let's see what else we got teed up. Light tweaking in the main arena. So the lighting is wonderful, but the plan is, and we talked to RINN about this, make this light stronger, more prominent coming down, so it's like a sun almost. And then these lights here, make them a little bit weaker, so it highlights the sunny area. It's a little bit more dark on the outside. And then the accent lights, which come down and hit the waterfall, it'll highlight those areas really well. And then we want to add some hanging vines just around. I have some hanging vines that would work well. And then lastly, but pretty easily, just add the league ticker. I think a good natural spot for it is going to be right here or right here. Trying to think which one would be better. Well, I'll approach that problem later, but this is where we're going to start. And so we'll start by looking at the waterfall, and I'll guide you guys through the entire process. So one of the first steps here, and I'll show you what I have set up here. And so to kind of create the workstation for myself, we're going to do, so I created a League Temple, a texture folder. That's where the textures are going to go. I created a shader file, and then I created the 3 base textures that I'm going to be using to create the waterfall. I say waterfall, it's more like have you ever gone to a dentist's office and you see like the water falling down the walls? That's kind of what I'm envisioning, but a little bit more, jungly. So that's kind of what I was envisioning here. I think it'll turn out great. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm going to colorize. I have kind of a standard neutral color here. I want to take this and it's kind of going to form what we might say the backlit base of the shader. So we're going to go back to GIMP and let's see what color would look great with kind of that temple theme. And it has to be a pretty bright color, and then it has the white stream on top of it. So as I'm imagining this, it's going to be like if I choose, like let's choose a really crappy example. Like if I choose this, it's going to be the dark purple is going to stand out. And then I just don't think that's going to work out well. I think when I see jungle or water, people just associate it with blue. I think the concept might be to up-level this from simply being a Yavin map to more of like a true jungle map with a heavy Yavin theme. That could be cool too. Like this is a color associated with water. This is like warm, tropical. I think let's go somewhere in the middle. So like this would be like a mountainside. So let's go somewhere in the middle. Let's see how this looks if we do it like this. And so we're going to pick this profile. And then what I'll do is I'll export it. And I'm going to change it to, coachgwater.jpg. And when I export it, I'm going to replace it because I already have it in all my other stuff. But be sure to untick progressive. Matters a lot. And then we're going to export that, and that is good to go. And so we've got we got our basic tools, right? So we got our water, we got our temple wall, and then we have the waterfall one. I'll show you guys what that looks like. So as I open that up, there's an alpha channel, so I'm sorry if it looks funky. But essentially this is I'm gonna do this times 2 and have it fall at 2 separate rates so it looks like true water falling down. So the shader is gonna have layers, right? So there's gonna be like, imagine this is gonna be the base texture, and then on top of it I want this to have like a 75% like a transparency. So this color is going to pop out, and it's going to go right on top of that. And then it's going to have the scrolling waterfall on top of it. And this is going to fall at 2 different speeds, layered twice in the shader. So let's set up the shader. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so we have our shader set up according to the images that I just shared with you in the last segment. So I'll just take you through the shader line one by one. And so, okay, this is what delineates what it's called. So if I go, if I pull it up in my list, we get League, Temple, Waterfall. Cool. Or League, Temple, Waterfall 1. I want to make sure that name is right, actually, make sure I'm not crazy. League, Temple, Waterfall. League, Temple, Waterfall. Okay, I guess that doesn't matter so long as... I don't know why I chose to have it be a different name. Okay, League, Temple, Waterfall. Okay, well, I'll let that fly for now. If it comes back to bite me in the face, then we'll see. But okay, so we have the base texture. So despite the blue that you see there, the base texture is going to be this horrific blue color, which by itself looks like crap. I get it. And then I did a light map. I honestly don't think that the rest of these are going to be important, but I have them from a prior shader, and I have no knowledge of GL blending. It's all just a guess based on what's worked prior. So the chances that this is going to work on the first try are approximately 0. So I might get rid of these 3 lines right here. But I essentially wanted to stop taking on light at this stage, because I want this, and this to basically be self-lit, and regardless of, like, no light map. So we have next, it's the waterfall, that base blue texture. I want to show about 60% of the way through. I think that's what that means. I could be wrong. Okay, and then we have our waterfall 1, which is falling at -0.4, and we have our waterfall 1, which is falling at -0.2. Ooh, I don't want it to go. This is supposed to be 0. That was not good. So basically that just scrolls X and Y. I just want to scroll down. I don't want to scroll left at all. So I'm gonna save that. We're gonna boot it up, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so I wouldn't exactly call this a resounding success. So it's back to the old drawing board, and we're gonna do a 1 shader line at a time until we can figure it out. Okay, so now we're actually getting somewhere. I'm sorry if this is coming in so dark, by the way. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm actually testing on Steam JK2. But you can see the water kind of flowing down a little bit. So I'm going to ramp up the alpha gen, and we'll see if we can influence this value to come in to be a little bit more prominent. So let's try that. Okay, I think we're getting warmer. I have to disable my screenshot hotkey in Steam, by the way. I clicked the button to record for Bandicam, and it keeps making that sound. Okay, but it's coming through a lot more, right? You see you see the magic, right? Inside of you, there are 2 wolves. Okay, so I ramped the values all the way up to about 99%. I think I'm going to try to ramp it up to 1.0. See what happens. I've never actually done it all the way to 1.0 before. But it is coming through, and I'm actually going to see if I can add another layer to see if that makes it look cooler and increase the scroll speed. Then I think we'll be going places. I don't think it looks bad. I'm going to boot this up inside of JK2MV because, to be frank with you, Steam JK2 is a thought. And I think that the texture might be coming out more clearly in JK2MV, but maybe not. I got to try it. I knew it. Okay, so the lesson we all learned today is Steam JK2 is a thought. And I hate them. So, lesson learned. I think it looks okay. If you like back off from a far distance, I think it needs to fall at more separate rates. So I think if we make it fall at more separate rates, that'll look a lot better. Yeah. Okay, otherwise it's looking pretty not that shabby, right? Let's see what happens when okay, texture detail very high, detail shaders on. Okay, yeah, so that's going to be the experience a lot of people will have in the game. Cool. I don't think it looks that bad. Okay, but I still want to separate it all, see how good we can get it to be. Okay. Maybe we don't need 3 layers. 3 layers might be a little bit aggressive because I'm starting to realize a little bit of chonky frame lag. So, but we have the setup right here that I'm kind of envisioning. All I need to do is angle this back a little bit. And then add the kind of color behind it to make it look like actual water. That by itself could look okay, but I don't know. When you think of water in game, I think of blue. And if you know what, if we don't like it, we can always just remove it. So don't give me that crap. Okay, so I'm gonna angle it. I'm gonna remove one of the waterfalls, and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so with this, I think we're finally at a place where it's like, okay, now we're talking. I could be convinced that that is waterfalling with not a ton of effort. So I think the last part that remains is going to be adding in that blue part. I think that's going to make it really come alive. And so I'm going to add that in. I think I have to maybe consult one of Jagged Cougar's shaders because I'm not entirely sure how that works. I just know I want it to be a constant color behind this, but I don't want it to dominate everything. So I'm just gonna, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add it in like it's a water layer, and then so I'm gonna add in like it's a water layer, but I'm not gonna assign any TC mod or scrolling to it. But the problem is, I think it's just gonna look. I don't think it'll look great because the light map is gonna hit it, so I have to have it be such that the light map doesn't affect it. But anyway, I'll figure that out. Okay, so here we go. Drum roll, please. Oh. Okay, it accomplished what I wanted it to. Actually, that's pretty close to what I wanted it to. I don't know why I'm hesitating. That's pretty close to what I want it to be, almost immediately. Now, my thought is maybe like a jade green would look a little bit better. That's pretty freaking close to what I want it to be. I'm gonna try playing with the const value to see if yeah, that looks pretty close to what I want it to be. Okay, I'm gonna try playing with the const value to see if I can get it see if that influences it at all. Okay, I think that looks pretty freaking good. Yeah, that doesn't look bad at all. Pretty happy with that. Just gonna take a second to admire all the hard work I put into this. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that doesn't look that bad at all. Like, it's clear, it's water. The tinge of blue. Like, if you're looking at this from far away, I'm pretty convinced that that's going to be water falling. And then you could add, like, a water dropping sound. I might have to do a custom sound. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh yeah. Now ain't that cute? Hear a nice water sound. Although we're gonna have to do something about moving that like up so that it doesn't drive players crazy with how loud it is. So I think we're gonna do that. And I think we're ready to test that feature now in RINN's map. Let's do it! Okay, so here's what we're looking at in game. Ignore that sound, by the way. That's still, we're on a single version of the League Temple map, not yet integrated with League Duel, so I don't have that updated. RINN insists that this looks super cool, and yes, I agree, but the EFX is coupled with that annoying sound that plays like all the way out here still. So I'm still gonna hate on that, I'm sorry. Okay, so we're here to talk about the waterfall. So you come in, and here's what this looks like. Looks pretty freaking cool. I think it looks, I think the color could be, the blue color could be toned down a little bit, so I'm gonna do that, and we'll see how it looks from there. Okay, so I can be reasonably convinced that that is indeed water. I toned down the blue color a little bit. I think that looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty convincing. I think I'm being overly critical of myself right now, but I think I also made it fall a little bit faster, and so I think we're gonna do that, and then I have an idea to make it look even better. And then we're gonna, in the next video, I'll show that we'll put a light there, we'll put grates there, and then also I think I'm gonna extend these to go up here as well, as I think that would be really cool and very low effort. So we'll see you in the next one. Need to make this brighter, and I think we're in a better place. I reduced all the lighting here by 60%. I increased the luminosity of this one by a little bit. I think it helps make the lighting pop out more, but we need some accent lights around here to make that configuration make sense. Yeah. Dude, this light, okay, so basically I reduced the lighting so it's not as spotty there, and I pushed out the radii, or I pushed out the info not nulls, and I reduced the radii. This looks so much better. Oh my god. And then here's the result of and that text is backwards, so it's funny, I have to make a reverse image of the shader. So I have one that's regular and I have one that's reverse. I'll just get that switch around, that's easy. I need to increase the lighting up there. Otherwise it's looking pretty darn good. And I added accent lights all around. Reduced lighting here. There was some redundant lighting here taken away from the lighting here. And so I'll fix that. Looks pretty good, dude. Okay, so right now we're in the process of, we tested it in game. We saw we like the waterfalls. They look sick. They look cool. They look fresh. And so what I did is I took the waterfall here, 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 and I multiplied all the same kind of stretch conditions so they all flow at the same rate. And so it's going to look like, boom, one big waterfall coming over the top of this temple, and it's going to come down and go into these grates. Now, as for what the grate texture will be, I'm actually not sure yet. But you know what? We're going to figure it out. I don't think that's going to be the biggest challenge of the map so far. But so I'll pick a grate, and then I'll test and compile, and we'll see how it looks in game. Okay, here's where we're at now. So I made the lighting a little bit more prominent for that Dual League area. I got the ticker scrolling above there. I'm wondering, should I put something behind that? I feel like I should put something behind that so that it's not showing to the stone directly. So I might actually do that, but that's not a huge problem at all. Okay, I'm happy with the water sound. That's very nice. Can I hear it when I'm dueling? Yeah, just off in the distance. Cool. That's the way it should be. If it's intrusive, then it just becomes freaking annoying. Okay, and which did I edit? I actually can't tell. I think I edited this. Okay, so let's get back out. Okay, so I edited the lighting for one of them. I can't tell which. Okay, this one looks kind of spotty. So let's go with the other one. This looks way spottier. Okay, so this is... Put this in your brain. This is what it was before, right? This is what it was before. Cool. And this is what it was after. So it's not as prominent. I think we need to highlight this. God, we need a better skybox. Badly. This isn't bad. This light, I think, is perfect for here. I think the problem is over here. And there's another light source up here in addition to the one that's coming out. I think that's part of the problem. Let's go see our training. I haven't seen the training area for a while. I just want to see it for the heck of it. Oh my gosh, where is it? There it is. God, I love this area. Like, literally, I don't need to change a single thing about the lighting because it's already perfect. This is just fantastic. I love it. I love it! Okay. So, marching orders. And this looks good. Let's see if that actually... Oh, yeah. I love it. That's great. The accent lighting is a hit. And I love that. I would... no, I don't need to do that. However, I do need to put the symbols there. And, yeah, there's not too much more to do. I want to make hanging vines. That's another thing we still have to do. But we got the waterfall done, and that is a huge part of what needed to get done. So, very happy with that. Oh, I went too far. Yeah, this is getting almost done. This is, we're going to be able to push out version 2 today, like, no problem. I want to pair up, I want to make even the lighting on both sides. I feel like that's important. And I'll probably call it a day for these rooms. Yeah. And then I have to do the drag stations over here and also make it so you can't see over there by using some creative means to do that. And I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think if I can make, like, for example, let me get on a no clip. Like, if I can make... If I move the window slightly back, I can do that. That'll work. That's another thing to take care of. And also get drag stations. So I think maybe... So we have slow, medium, fast, and there's... I feel like if we take... So if I go over here... I'm trying to... I mean, this looks awesome by itself. But if you do want to put drag stations in, I'm wondering where that would be. You could honestly just have little circles right here. Or you can take one of these pads and do it that way as well. So I'll run that by RINN, see what he thinks. Well, anyway, I'll make those changes and I'll see you in the next one. We're going to save vines for a different day. My goodness. Okay, so the new version is up and live on the server. People are giving their feedback. And I would invite you to come to JJ Central, check it out, download the map, and tell us your honest thoughts. Do you like it? Do you hate it? What do you want to roll back? What do you want to change? And we'll take that feedback tonight and roll into feedback for a third version. So, I'll leave it there. Come in and enjoy the server. And I'm going to wrap it up there. It was a fun day of editing. And man, I like this shot actually. that was a fun day of editing, and looking forward to the next one. Peace.